unhappy with MTV, many black artists who have been told their music doesn't fit the format.
She's a very kicky girl.
That's what's happening. We're being sat in the back of the bus television style. And if Pittman gets away with this, and there are other cable shows that form, they're going to try it.
Blacks and MTV is the subject of our next report. Sam Ford, CBS News, New York.
Black musicians are complaining that they are being left out of the video market, specifically the music, television, cable operation. Sam Ford looks into that in this final report of his two-part series.
This Gladys Knight in the Pips video music film will probably never be seen by the 13 million potential viewers of MTV. While this soulful-sounding video by Hall & Oates is frequently played on the channel.
Put on your red shoes and dance the blues.
The American recording industry essentially divides rock and roll music into two basic categories, white rock and black rhythm and blues.
We are looking for a certain sound and a certain point of view.
Bob Pittman is the 29-year-old whiz kid who created MTV after a successful career as a radio station program director. He sees little difference between radio and cable.
We are not all things to all people. We are cable television, and what cable television does best is specialize. One thing per channel. So you know exactly what you're getting when you turn on the channel.
That's Human League with fascination. I don't know.
To MTV, this is a matter of following a traditional FM radio rock format.
She's all right. She's all right.
But to black recording artists like Rick James, whose videos have been rejected by MTV, it's an example of racism.
You know, this isn't the Wizard of Oz. I mean, there are black people here, and we make music. And we spend thousands, $100,000 on videos. And we're not doing this for the sake of because we enjoy doing it. We're doing it because it's part of the art. And we're being excluded from the art.
Celebrations in the heart 'cause we're united.
But black-owned companies such as Solar, with its top artists Shalimar and the Whispers, are frustrated because there is no regular outlet for their videos.
MTV has been so important now because they have the only ball game in town, and it has been found that once your video is played on MTV, there's great exposure, and automatically people start going out and buying the records. They have great influence with the record buying public, and many artists that have never been heard of before get their video on MTV and their overnight success.
Promotion managers for black-owned companies have yet to get a video on MTV.
I was hoping that they would at least accept the song for the song and the creativity for the creativity.
It's very frustrating having the experience, especially when you have artists that are, totally mass appeal, like what Motown has, for instance, the Rick James, the Lionel Richies that we have.
And industry giants like CBS Records are less willing to invest money in videos for many of their black artists than for their white artists.
How much bang do you get for your buck? But I think it's almost like any other business that is run in America, until you can present your product to enough people that I think you have a problem in terms of trying to decide how much you should spend.
But the principal charges in the racism debate have been exchanged between singer Rick James and MTV's Bob Pittman.
Not playing his particular sound and his particular songs, and that is a problem for him, and one that I recognize, and I'd love to play Rick James on MTV if he did a rock and roll song.
I mean, there are a lot of white kids that put on MTV and say, yeah, where's Stevie Wonder? Where's Marvin Gaye? Where's Rick James? You know, where are all these acts? Next to my Billy Joel record is Rick James. And next to my Van Halen record, there's Earth, Wind and Fire. And next to my AC/DC record, maybe Aretha Franklin, Diana Ross or something. Where are these people? I mean, don't we exist?
I want my MTV.
And the feud rages on. In the past few months, MTV has increased the number of black videos it programs to include Michael Jackson and Prince, whom Pittman insists have changed their styles from rhythm and blues to rock and roll.